Welcome back. Joining us this morning to help us understand our focus topic is Habib Haruna, who is a former Chief Press Secretary to a former Lagos State Governor, Akinwumi Ambode. Habib, thank you so much for joining us. Is it a rainy day where you are? Because I hear it's still raining in some parts of Lagos State. Is it raining where you are?
No, it's not raining. It's raining a lot yesterday. But today, it's not raining. The weather is not bad. The weather is cool.
Okay.
So I live in the mainland, so I don't believe in that you're part of the stage.
I don't know what's this thing about mainland and island and all of that. I thought the guys on the island were the privileged one.
Initially, this reminds me of when they introduced BRT buses.
Yes.
That time you see the so-called poor people entering BRT buses, going through the dedicated lane while the rich are on traffic. So we now look at them and wave at them that, okay, now the table have shifted. Yeah. That's the same thing with the mainland and island. It's believed that those who living on the island, they are the super rich, but now they are the mercy of flood. And those on the mainland are now, trying to just tell them to come over.
We're actually having a nice time. Habib, before you say what, let's look at the video, the appeal from the wife of the former governor of Kaduna State, appealing to Mr. President that he should try and reconsider the case against her husband and the former governor of Kaduna State. Habib, let's see this video.
Doctors, I asked the president personally, I'm talking to the president now. Mr. President, sir, I campaign for you. My husband is 22 side. This is what our family deserves. All this can stop if you say the word. That's my father and you, and you can empathize. Please, I'm asking you to tell them not to prosecute him. Because asking you to allow him the basic human right that the Constitution to uphold, guarantee him. Let them give him a bail that he can afford. If he is guilty, let the courts decide. If he is innocent, let the courts decide. Thank you very much.
All right, well, that's the video, the appeal by El-Rufai's wife. So, Habib Haruna, what do you make of this appeal? The woman is saying that she campaigned, she worked for Mr. President alongside her husband, and that she went everywhere with the husband campaigning for Mr. President. But you and I know that the PDP took one Kaduna State. So, your reaction? Habib, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, please, go ahead.
Can you hear me? Yes, you see, the video of El-Rufai's wife, maybe the second or third wife, was trending everywhere yesterday. And it brought to fore the plight of the former Kaduna State governor, loquacious politician, intelligent politician. And Nigeria were now wondering, Nigeria were full of pity for the plight of the former Kaduna State governor. And someone now asking, why is it taking so long for the court to give El-Rufai bail? Because what he said was bailable. It's something that the court can decide. Let him go home and face prosecution. But you have to look at the history of what is going on. You have to look at what led to what. El-Rufai, don't forget, was one of the most powerful politicians during the time of Buhari. When Buhari was there, he became the Kaduna State governor, and he was one of those that insisted that power must shift to the south. He was very much involved in the campaign of Bola Tinubu. He even went with him to the famous Chartered House, where Tinubu asked him to answer a question about insecurity. That was when the going was good. And when the president when the Tinubu won the presidency, El-Rufai's name was among those that were sent to the Senate to be considered for ministerial position. Along the line, this thing did not work well. And El-Rufai was not confirmed, as minister. When he was not confirmed, he was not happy. He left the APC to join the opposition. He later became a member of ADC, Atiku David Mark's party. Along the line, it was through that auspices of being an opposition figure that he created an interview to a TV station where he said many things, He said many things, some of which are already in the public space, but one thing that he said that is considerably proof now is the fact that he has the phone number of he's been listening to conversation of the National Security Advisor, Ribadu. It was based on that he was arrested. He was also arrested by EFCC and ICPC in Kaduna. He spent the money when he was the governor of the state. So back and forth, he's been going to court. His mother died. The government said he can go home and take care of his burial. Later, he went back to the prison. But you see, what I'm concerned about, Victor, is that if you committed an offense, it's already in detention, But how long will it stay in detention? What is taking the court so long to grant him bail? Even if you are, he's a suspect, he's not guilty, right? The court has not pronounced him guilty. The court should facilitate that. Let justice be seen to be done. They're keeping this man forever. Because people are already saying that you are keeping him because of politics. That's what people are saying. So what the wife said yesterday is not bad. That's the husband being persecuted. And the wife believes that the man is being persecuted. So I think the government should do more. The court should do more so that justice can be done in this case.
All right, Abid, thank you very much. Let me come back to the studios. Wale is here. Of course, Wale is a news editor with Silverbird Television, and of course, at a point was a judiciary correspondent, so he knows the jurisprudence very well. The wife is saying that the president should intervene and that the bail conditions are too stringent for Malam El-Rufai to even meet those conditions. Look at the case against Malam vis-a-vis what the law says in granting people bail. Also not forgetting that he was allowed to have a time with his doctor, but he was then later we know here that the doctor was arrested for allowing people, El-Rufai, to receive visitors at the doctor's office during the doctor's appointment, the El-Rufai appointment with the doctor.
No, the first thing I want to start on the lighter note. Malam El-Rufai's wife claiming that her husband worked for the president is not enough reason to either give him bail or to release him.
Yes.
The fact that you work for the president to become the president does not mean that is a charge for you. It's not a license for you to commit any offense. Once there's an infraction against the law of the land, no matter who you are, you have to face the visit. That is that. Then, and I want to go back to Malam Nasir El-Rufai action when he was also in power. We knew all what he did when he was in Abuja as the FCT minister. Then again, as the governor of Kaduna State, there's a case that was particularly directly involved. There is this woman that has a club, and they said they wanted to do a kind of nude party in a hotel or in a club, even though the woman, it was later discovered that the woman was not the organizer, she was not aware, she was not party to it. The woman went to court when El-Rufai threatened to demolish the club. In spite of the pendency of the matter in court, El-Rufai demolished that house. And I think he's always saying that you can't say because you are my enemy, then when you commit an offense, don't just give me, if you are my enemy, don't give me opportunity to get at you. So by and large, he has also used his power in a way to oppress people. But that
Wale, so what you're saying is that this is Nemesis catching up.
Well,
but however it is, let's speak with Chief Thomas Olumba, who is calling us from Olu. Ifeanyi Olumba, who is calling us from Olu in Imo State. Chief, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning to all of you there. Yes, I'm Chief Ifeanyi Thomas Olumba, and I'm calling from my community, Olugedegumi in Olu LGA. Happy, please, I want to commend you because each time you comment, you always fair. It's nothing but politics, you know, and it is very disturbing that these kind of things are happening under Tinubu, who we all perceive to be a very good Democrat, given his role in June 12th, during the days of June 12th. He is only being persecuted. Why the stringent bail conditions? Why not allow him? At least the offense he committed is bearable, or the offenses, they're all terrible. Why not allow him? Now remember how they went to Chatham House and how this man stood out there. You know, parrying questions Tinubu should have answered. What manner of democracy are we practicing in Nigeria? Why is he so intolerant? He doesn't want anybody else, you know, to be seen politicking. However, this is not going to work out for him. 2027. I learned yesterday the Sokoto governor, ADC of extraction, defected to ADC. The North is watching. They are watching. They may not be saying anything today, but these things are going to negatively impact on Tinubu when the time comes. Have a pleasant day. To be fine, someone from number 4.
Thank you so much. So Wale, let me allow you to continue, but also remember, you cannot, like Habib said, and the wife also mentioned, take away the El-Rufai's contribution from 2015 down to 2023. You can't take that away from him. And as a party man, he has, at one way or the other, self-recognition should have allowed El-Rufai to take a walk.
Nobody is talking about his contribution. Like I was saying, no matter what El-Rufai did in the past, it's not a justification whatever is going through now. But however, it's a warning, it's a kind of lesson to those in power today, including the current president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that whatever you do, wherever you are, whichever power you possess, just make sure you you decide your duty in line with the stated procedure, in line with the way you are expected to perform your duty without fear of favor. Then, talking about he should be allowed to go.
Yeah.
You know, when you're talking about bail is at the discretion of the judge.
But the bail must have the bail must have human face.
There's no law that says it must have human face. Look at the law. When you look at the law,
impossible bail.
There's nothing like impossible bail in the law.
But the wife is saying that this is impossible.
That's the wife talking.
Yes.
But when you look at the law, when you have an application before any judge, it is at the discretion of the judge.
Okay, so let's speak to a caller from Ondo State. Let's see where he stands. Good morning, caller, and thank you for joining us. What is your name? We couldn't get your name. Go ahead. Good morning. Hello. Okay.
My name is Reverend Colonel Michael.
Go ahead.
My little contribution is this. My only prayer is this, that this country
We've even lost the
So
call.
that's the provision of the law. It has to be at discretion of the judge.
Yes.
No, you look at the offences, whatever the judge think is fair. The essence of bail is to make sure you are released on bail, but the condition I give you will ensure that you always come back.
So you are not seeing any sign of
I'm coming. Let me land.
Yes.
So that is to ensure that you will always come back for your trial. Then again, when you now look at the condition attached to it, they will begin to now look at it whether you are even giving him bail at all.
Yes.
With the condition they attach to it, it means that there's a deliberate plan to put him perpetually in detention to face his trial. But we now begin to look at it whether it's the hand of Esau or the hand of Jacob.
Yes.
So, in essence, we cannot determine or dictate for the judge the kind of condition we impose. Now, you are talking about the fact that, it's political. And also the wife is also calling for political solution. What I will advise in the circumstance is that they should give the case accelerated hearing. Whether they are giving, if they are made up in their mind not to give him bail, they should give the case accelerated so that he can come. But when you're talking about the judge, the lawyer, the doctor that was arrested, he was arrested because there is a report that he gave a fake medical report. When he said everybody was receiving medical attention, it was found out, according to ICPC, that it's not correct. So the doctor was arrested on the basis of the fact that he gave a false report to the courts. So only because they allow visitors to come to see him.
Okay, let's speak with Ada before we go to Habib. Ada, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Ada, calling from Jos Plateau State. Whether bail is the decision of the judges or whatever is not even the issue for me. My own issue is, why is it that when they are in office, these political players, they will not strive at strengthening our institutions? I've been hammering on that. If we strengthen our institutions, all these things will not be happening. And then it's a wake-up call for them. No matter how highly placed you are or whatever, they should, as in fact, they have to go for tutorials, in emotional intelligence, to choose their words. You mind your language. You don't go and start having diarrhea of the mouth because you're close to the corridors of power. The tables can turn. So if we strengthen our institutions, we will not be where we are today as a people. That is what I want to tell these politicians, So that is now, because our institutions are not strengthened, then anybody can now use there will be abuse of power, just like he did too when he was there. That's what I'm talking about. Now we are saying whether it's the hands of Esau, whether it's the hands of Jacob, whatever, no matter the hand that is there. The issue is that once we have weak institutions, anybody can abuse it. And that is what is happening today. So it's really unfortunate, honestly. It's not whether it's available or not is not the issue. Let them focus, let them learn a lesson, but they never learn a lesson because it's always standing on the mandate at that time. Nobody thinks. Now it has caught up with most of them. What happened to the Attorney General before? Where is he? All of them, they won't learn any lesson. All of them learn from Nigeria.
All right, thank you, Ada, for calling us. Habib, let's stay with you now. If you check what Wale had referenced, is the hand of Esau and the voice of Jacob. And that the wife also mentioned political solution. Do you see a political solution in this matter? Remember the fracas between El-Rufai and the NSA, and you would agree with me that the North, they have a way of settling their political issues. Should this be, should the elders come in and see how they can bring in some form of truce between these gentlemen so that the president would just face his re-election and then enjoy the support he did enjoy from the North? Where do you stand, Habib Haruna?
You see, I think what is happening is political. It's political. If you flip to the other side, Is it possible for El-Rufai to have been detained for so long for supporting the president? The answer is no. So it's in the best interest of both sides, to find a way, a middle ground, and resolve it. It's not good for the image of the country that you are detaining a major opposition voice and justice is not on site. And it's not good for El-Rufai too, the way he played his game. He was too loquacious. He talked too much. When you're talking like this, you are serving into the hand of the ruling party, the government in power. No government in power will allow this kind of thing that he was doing, But I think beyond that is the fact that.
Let's take the call and we'll come back to you. Hello, good morning, Uche, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Victor, whether what El-Rufai is going through is political or not, our leaders have not learned their lesson. The ordeal of El-Rufai should be a lesson to them. Nobody remains in power forever. Nobody. Nobody remains in power forever. If you are in power, do good to people. Use the power very well so that, you see, there is a saying that goes this way. When you are going up, remember the people you pass through. Because you will come down. When you are coming down, you may even still see them. Our leaders have not learned any lesson. And they will not learn. Because many of them, think that being in power, you are semi-God. They are not semi-God. Today, we are not remembering Shagari. Shagari used to be a president of Nigeria. Today, because Gowon is alive, we are remembering him. One day, he will give up. These people have not learned their lesson until they remember that power, absolute power corrupts. You won't remain in power forever. One day, you will leave. El-Rufai has left power. He has tested power.
Uche, thank you so much. So, Abi, please conclude on your thought. If you can touch on what Uche said, that power is not something you keep forever, that the decisions you make today might affect you tomorrow.
Of course, we know that. That's the natural trend of events and politics. But what I'm saying is that no matter what El-Rufai must have done, El-Rufai contributed to the consummation of Bola Tinubu's emergence. He insisted and he fought like hell that power can move to the south. Now he was denied ministerial position, and naturally he can't be happy. He now went to the side of the opposition, fighting the president. But unluckily for him, he served into their hand the way he was, the way he spoke at that famous interview. But that is not enough, in my view, for it to be kept forever. The law should play its course. Justice should be done. You don't keep this man forever. It's a bailable offense. Let him be on bail. Because I don't think keeping him forever is the solution. Because we don't be having the pressure that they want to put this man in jail so that he won't be available to help the opposition to fight, to battle the current president. That is the pressure that I'm having. And that is not the best. That is not the best. I think he should have his day in court. If you want to release him, facilitate fasting the trial and let him get justice. That is just my opinion.
All right. Abi, thank you so much for your time on the Focus discussion. We'll see you when we cross over to a newspaper review segment. Please stay with us and see you after this break.